All right, so I've always had the problem of my hips shooting up when I'm deadlifting, and you'll see in these first two sets that I was able to actually fix this problem. I did 4 sets, 4 reps with pretty heavy deadlifts, 315. At least it's heavy for me. And in these sets, you can see my hips shoot up before my back does, and this is a problem because it makes your back, it puts your back at risk of injury. Maybe I'm saying this wrong, but you're using your back as a fulcrum, like you're using it to angle up, and it's at a disadvantaged position. And having it so like your hips and your back and your shoulders are parallel to each other, you're basically just using all back on it, and you can really hurt your spine that way. So, my issue was that I wasn't pulling tension before I started. I kind of just dropped my hips low, put my chest up as much as I can, and kind of just hope for the best as I started pulling up. But what you're supposed to do, and you'll see this in my my third and fourth set, is that if you pull out the tension so your arms fully extended, you're able to you're able to put your hips and your chest up with your arms fully extended in a way that your hips won't shoot up as soon as you start pulling. Some of these reps are pretty bad, but you'll see in this third and fourth set right here. This is one of those problems that I was actually able to fix literally like immediately, in the middle of a workout. I was just like trying to troubleshoot it. I was looking online, seeing how I can fix it. So as you can see, I'm pulling out the tension. I got my arms extended, and I'm able to have it so my shoulders and my hips are coming up at the same time, and I'm not putting my back at such a disadvantaged position. My back is like a slanted when I'm coming up, as opposed to my back being flat, like parallel to the ground. It's a little bit slanted up. So it felt a lot better too. Like, I felt really good. I felt like I was using the proper muscles. I didn't feel so scared, I wasn't so scared of hurting myself during the deadlift, which sometimes I am, This is one of those things, and this is my fourth set. Even these they're okay. I'm pulling the tension out. Honestly, this is pretty good form. When I was looking at it while I was in the middle of the lift, I was like, oh yeah, the form's not great because I'm so tired. However, honestly, this form's pretty good, The deadlift is one of those lifts that I really don't practice that much just because, I don't know, deadlifts are so killer in a way that squats really aren't. Here's me doing the back squats, 315. I'm really just training my nervous system. I'm trying to do some strength training as opposed to like those sets of 5, sets of 8, which are kind of closer to like hypertrophy. That's what they say online, that those numbers are better for this. But these sets of 3 with 315, they're really good. They really boosted my confidence more so than anything. Knowing that I can do 315 for sets of 3, and being able to practice that grind portion of it, being able to push even when it hurts so much, you don't want to push anymore. It feels really good, to be honest. It's like, I'm going to say, yeah, it is training my nervous system to be able to incorporate more muscle recruitment, or to get like a stronger contraction. But I mean, it was definitely, it was difficult in its own way. I certainly think that the sets of 8 with a little bit less weight, like those 295 with 8 reps were harder, but I mean, I felt like I was going to fail during these reps, which, when I'm doing those sets of 8, I really don't feel like I'm going to fail. So I'm liking these sets of 3. I'm not exactly sure how much it's going to help me. But hopefully it's just makes me, it makes my nervous system stronger. I'm trying to do some really heavy, heavy low rep. I think that will be able to help me get to my 405 goals. And hopefully I'm able to just progressively overload this. Next time I do this, hopefully I'm able to do like a 4 sets of 4, and then 4 sets of 5. That'll be able to really boost my confidence. So yeah, I mean, no wrist pain. I felt really good doing these lifts. The deadlift, usually I do alternates like under over, and then like I'll have my left hand under, my right hand over, but it's my right wrist that hurts, and I can't put my right wrist under. It just hurts too much. So I only did like left wrist under, right wrist over. And that seems to work pretty well. Some people do double overs. That's not how I was trained. Like when I learned how to lift, do it in the deadlift, I was always taught under over grip. So if I did double over, it would just feel weak to me. But yeah, some other things that I'm considering to add into my back day was the putting my hand into a bowl of rice and really working those forearms. I think that would be a worthwhile like way to train my grip. Maybe even rehab my wrists a little bit. Get some blood flow to the tendons, trying to heal a little bit. So I'm probably going to add that soon. I just need to find a spare bowl. And then I also ran. I ran today. It was an 8-minute, 13-second mile, which I think is good. I didn't feel like dying. I didn't feel like throwing up after I finished that. That time I did like the 8-minute mile, 8 minutes 2 seconds. You know, this was good. I only felt like quitting like 2 or 3 times during the mile, as opposed to wanting to quit 4 or 5 times during the mile. So I actually feel like my nervous system, or not my nervous system, my heart, my cardiovascular health is getting better. I'm able to practice my breathing a lot better too. Like I'm able to take those deep breaths and not like freak out about the fact that I feel like I'm dying. So all this cardio is really coming into work. I weighed in at 193 today. So I am losing weight. I'm probably like 10 pounds down from my all-time max of how much I weighed. But I feel like all I've lost is fat because I still feel pretty strong, I still feel plenty strong. So that's kind of all I have to say. Really nice that I was able to figure out my deadlifting form and able to correct my form like halfway through my lift. Usually, like whenever I have a problem, it's kind of, I don't know. Like I'm not able to really figure it out. I had a hip impingement problem that I wasn't able to figure out for a while, but immediately solve my problem in the middle of a lift, like that's nice. I'm not usually able to do that. Anyway, that's kind of all I really got today. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. I got the day off of work again, so I'll probably have another pretty intense lift. All right, bye-bye.